And we're back. Welcome once again to Sigil Confidential.
Good evening, everyone.
I was waiting. Yes. Crazy noir-inspired stories from within the City of Doors. Prem, I'm going to go ahead and ask, do you have a fancy recap for us this week?
Oh, yeah.
I thought you might. Would you care to do the honors?
Alrighty. So, upon returning to the agency, our dear crew racked their brain boxes over what avenue they should pursue next to get to the bottom of the case. As they were doing so, their landlord, Zill, marched upstairs to complain to Jimmy about all the trouble his company has brought upon the building, including lately 2 quadrones who won't stop staring at them from the roof across the street. The decision was made to capture one of them for questioning, since Modrons had been so thoroughly involved in whatever's going on. Jimmy and Master were to sneak across the street and grab one, running into a thoroughly oblivious Ted and Lauren Warren along the way, with Draken on standby at the agency to cast a polymorph spell on one of the quadrones to improve their odds of success. The plan started quickly unraveling after the transformation broke sooner than expected, but a large, spectral hand captured the other quadrone and passed it in through the agency's second-story window. The ghost had been watching from below, waiting with backup if needed. Once back inside, after avoiding the Warranes' apparent paranormal investigation turned butt worship, their captive was incredibly cooperative, but not helpful. This wasn't a rogue box, but a quadrone from Mechanus assigned to keep a close eye on rogue agents in the building they occupied, Elim's apparent offspring. Pohan suggested the possibility that they might have Elim's memories, being that these constructs were more akin to clones, and Elim seemed to have a lot of dark on what's going on that the crew never got to hear before he died. The ghost did them one better. She took parts of Elim's actual mouth that she recovered from the printing press after his passing, arranged them on the desk, and cast a handy Speak with Dead spell. After questioning the spirit of Elim, they learned that an item called the Jathaman Dagger was the key to stopping the Ritual of Ascension. And that is where our session begins. In the office.
Bravo. Bravo, very much. Thank you.
Very nice.
I've come to really appreciate and enjoy these, so. Always.
Glad you like them.
Oh, yeah. That's always a big help. Always a big help. So, there's not much to say after that because it's just incredibly accurate. But we know where we are now. As accurate we can show on the screen there. We're back in the office. And you guys you just got the bomb dropped on you basically. About the Jathaman Dagger being the key. I believe it was our cliffhanger we left off on, if I remember correctly.
Twice.
It was indeed.
So, we'll pick up from there. I guess first off, do any of you know what the Jathaman Dagger is, at least in character?
I would love to know if I know what the Jathaman Dagger is.
Can I have Bryn roll for it?
Yes, you may. Of course you may. No worries at all. Anyone would be, able to kind of make an attempt, let's say, on that, if you want.
Under what skill shall we roll?
We're going to go arcane for this one.
Mm-hmm. Why do I keep getting caught up in all this magic business? It's so far outside of my wheelhouse.
Okay, question.
Of course.
Does the Jathaman Dagger have anything related to the afterlife? Because I have a very special skill that can help with this.
Well, it does
Knowledge of
directly.
the afterlife.
It does directly play into realms of divinity.
Yeah, I will Do I even have this on my character sheet? Yes, I do. I will put this in chat, and you tell me if it applies.
Yeah. Let's see. Information about spirits in the afterlife. That's a tough one. You know what? I'll make an executive decision. We'll say, yeah, we'll give you that little boost if you want.
Okay.
Boom.
All right.
Look at that. So, you're good. Draken, how are you? Would you care to make a knowledge arcana check?
In the moment, I still have to get into roll 20 because Google is messing up on me today as well.
Google.
Oh my.
Would you like me
Yes.
to roll it for you?
Here.
Here.
It'll be about 20 seconds. I've got it open finally.
Okay, I
I'm
was
pulling
gonna say, I can roll it for you if you need me to.
I got
We're
it.
just trying to remember what the Jathman dagger is.
In character, obviously.
Of
Everybody knows what it is out of character. It's the most common
Oh,
piece of information in the
come
world.
on.
There we go.
Anybody at home know what the Jathman dagger is? Want to post a spoiler in chat there?
A 13.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got 15.
Wasn't the best round for you guys. This is a little bit obscure. So, Ghost, you're really the only one who picked up on the significance of this, what it means exactly. So, the Jathman dagger is an ancient Netherese unholy blade, a cursed knife. All right, that the ancient Jathamites created because they despised everything divine, right? And they believed that through use of this they could kill gods. If you're familiar with the aspects of divinity and the mechanics involved with divinity within D&D, you'll know that actually killing a god is really difficult, almost impossible. Almost. However, with this particular item, it is not. It has been used in the past to actually bring down beings of divine origin. And in fact, the last time it was used on, I gotta look at the name here, Borim's Quagheart, which apparently is still, and you would know this based on your roll, slowly beating, pierced by the dagger still, to prevent the reforming of the lake of boiling mud and the eventual return of Borim, buried separately in 2 3-foot spherical chambers deep beneath the Merziketh Isle off the coast of Symbia.
And where is Symbia now?
This is where they're talking about down in the Forgotten Realms. Prime material.
Sambia, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
My character's been to Sambia.
So the
You have a
dagger
vacation
is
home there. It's lovely.
so the dagger is effectively on the prime material plane.
As far as where it was left, that's where it is. It's the site is marked by a minhir and inscribed in ancient Jathmandian script. That's a pretty good roll. I'm gonna give you this. Alright, but it's the last thing I'm gonna give you.
All right.
You know
Map quest.
Yeah, map quest. Here. Just plug it into Google. You actually are aware of the inscription on the men here, what it says. I'm gonna post it in chat and roll 20 here. Oh wait, that's whispered, isn't it? You can't see it.
Oh no, we can totally see it.
Can you?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Everyone can. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, that's the inscription.
So Bryn is going to stand there while leaning against a desk, hands folded in front of her face, and she's going to close her eyes and say, I remember hearing about this dagger from ancient spirits in my seances. It's an ancient Netherese unholy blade that was used in the past to slay gods.
Is that good? That doesn't sound good.
According to the spirit of a limb, this blade is critical to stopping the ritual of ascension. So, while it's not necessarily good, it sounds like this blade could be the end to all of our problems. And I also know that this blade is buried underneath the Simian Isles on the prime material plane.
Draken,
I've been to Sambia.
Yes.
I remember you suggesting we put God Slayers on the sign out front, and I told you we shouldn't do that because I just didn't want any part of that business. Maybe it didn't matter in the end. Should have just put it on. We would have got more customers.
From the Athars, certainly.
I think it was God Slayers, and then in tiny, tiny print, survivors. God Slayer survivors. Very tiny survivors.
You're right. You're right. Hopefully that's still true. This sounds a bit like Lim did not think we were gonna stop it, and that we would need some heavy firepower to end it after.
So, as you say that, Pohan lopes up, as he does. Jimmy, you think this means that it's already happened?
Well, I would prefer not to think that, because if there is an actual god loose in the city, then something has gone terribly wrong, because there should be about one whole ward missing where the lady put a giant hole in it.
Who can guess what the lady does, though?
That's fair. Probably shouldn't rely on her for predictable responses.
True.
Hells. Did not feel like being in this particular business. That's a little bit above my pay grade. Even at our highest rates, we don't typically go in for the god slaying.
Do you know what this needs, Jimmy?
A vacation someplace
Raise our
where
rate.
the beach is very warm.
I was thinking some of that. What was it, Kasey? Za?
Za.
I think I'm gonna go get some za. Anybody want some?
Yeah.
I'm good.
So, with that, Pohan will mosey on, as he does.
He spooked Ted and Lauren away from the door.
Well, you know Pohan. He'll probably invite him up.
Just to raise a little hell.
Yeah, just for the entertainment value. Oh, were you looking for the ghost? No, he wouldn't do that. Would he?
I mean, they ran off when Pohan started talking to him, so.
Oh, yeah, that totally freaked them out. It's a talking dog.
So, Church, I have a question for you.
Mhm.
2 questions, honestly.
What you got?
The first one is, could I deploy some city knowledge to know if there is an active and stable portal into, well, the Forgotten Realms generally, but also maybe into this place that the ghost has mentioned?
Okay. First and foremost, yes, there is. I guarantee there is. Somewhere within Sigil, a portal.
There's somewhere, but does Jimmy know of one?
There's the trick. So, yeah, we'll give you a chance to know.
I would love to know. That would be so good.
I mean,
Isn't the knowledge of portals like a special thing for in-depths?
It is. Granted, there are portals that are common knowledge. There's portals that rumors abound about, that type of thing. So when I say I give you a chance, it's basically you may have overheard or known from a previous investigation of a static portal, because they're not all static. Yeah, it's a very low chance, though, just a heads up.
Hey, that's fine. I take low chances.
All right.
What shall I roll?
I think we'll stick with Arcana for this one.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Very
sorry.
low chance indeed. I'm thinking a no.
Yep.
on a technicality, I mean, Kasey did come directly from the Forgotten Realms to Sigil.
Mhm.
But whether that would have been a static portal, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
That's
do you
the
remember
tricky
where
bit.
it came from?
Well, once again, that's tricky. Because you probably didn't come from the island.
No. Mulhorand actually
Yeah.
came from.
So
Which is
that
a bit of a trick.
a little bit, yeah. And I think they're wanting the shortest point, if they can get it.
Yeah, time is a little funny coming to and from the city, but we're still in a bit of a hurry.
This is true.
So, having failed the knowledge check as expected, my second question is, we might want to see if there's been any buzz about this artifact, or about traffic to and from Faerun generally, in terms of powerful magical items.
All right.
Can I use my criminal contact from my background to do this?
Yes, you can.
I would love to do so. It will require going out, I just wanted to get that in there.
You can go out and case your contacts.
Yeah. But that can be after we do a little more role play and decide what we're up to.
Not a problem. Not a problem. All right. Anybody else? No, Master, you're awful quiet.
Oh no, we never did the microphone check with Master Miss. We actually don't know if she's audible.
There we go.
There we go.
Master Miss.
What are we rolling for?
Oh, we're just seeing if you have anything you want to add to what's being discussed, just in case. We don't want you to be excluded.
Yeah, before we blur into activity.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just gonna trust you guys on this one. I'm not sure. Let me just see if I'm having a dumb day today. Hang on. Yep, that's confirmed. I'm having a dumb day. I don't know what we're doing. I have no ideas. I'm sorry. Brain's bad.
Brain is never bad until it goes bad. And that's usually long after you stopped using it, so don't worry about that.
Yeah.
But I think we've met a bad brain.
this is fair, although that was a conglomerate of many brains.
Yes. It was very recent. It stands out in my mind's counterexample.
It would, though, in fairness. That would. Not every day you stumble into a god brain.
Okay.
But... So... I guess, unless you guys want to wait for some Za, or... anybody else has something to add.
I mean, Bryn's gonna pipe up.
Of course, go for it.
I was going to say, you know, Jimmy, if you're trying to rack your brain box over the location of a portal, the first place you might want to check is the Hall of Records.
It's so boring there, but yes, it would be, wouldn't it?
It can help.
You're on
There
it.
are records of all known public portals there.
Yeah, we got a few things we got to do actually. So, one, if this dagger is in play, so to speak, it may not be where it was for so many years. And I can work a couple of contacts for that. I can go and see maybe somebody's moved this recently, maybe there's been a buzz about it. That'll get us started. If it is still there, well, hell, that's a long trip. We might be needing a portal.
Well, the Hall of Records is in the clerk's ward. It's
Yeah.
technically right next door. It's the next ward over from the hive.
Oh no, he means Faerun's a long trip.
Oh, I thought you were talking about walking over to the clerk's ward. I was like,
No, that's not so bad.
it's, like, it's right there now.
Yeah, Faerun's a
Ward's
long
closer.
crossing substantial portions of the universe. You know, it'll take it out of you.
This is true. This is true.
Can I have just like a D20 to see if Draken accidentally found one? Because I personally believe that when Draken tried to end up on the elemental plane of fire, he ended up all over the place. He just randomly wandered through random portals until he ended up where he wanted.
I tell you what.
How he ended up in the Feywild.
Tell you what. Roll a 1 on a D20 and I'll give it to you.
All right, I didn't expect it big. It's just
No, that's fine. We'll give. Oh, that's so close.
Yeah, you were
Well-
edging towards it.
He made it to the Forgotten Realms, but he was in Flan.
He stopped by. He said, "Wow, the weather here is not warm enough."
he actually did make it there. He just doesn't realize it.
Yeah, no, he went to Flan. It was in the Forgotten Realms, just kind of distant from where the target is. he didn't like it there. It was dumb. Wasn't pretty. Was that a kitty I heard?
There are some cats. We got.
That's always a welcome noise. Don't worry.
All right, so at least 2 avenues. Can we afford to not roll in force? How likely are we to get jumped? Walk into the Hall of Records.
Well, I mean,
Yes, we're in the hive. Fair. But more so or less so than usual. He's saying this aloud. Up until the point where I started talking to church.
yeah.
Stick to the main roads and watch out for ooze portals.
Yeah.
As if we needed one more reason to stay out of the sewers.
And yet, for some reason, you keep ending up down there.
Ooze portals are street, Jimmy. Best be thankful that Fell's around to brick them over.
Yeah.
Many a sod has disappeared into those portals.
He's rubbing his forehead. You see all of his employees are not cagers, so he doesn't actually have to deal with the can so much. And many references to city life has slipped right by him.
Classic Jimmy. He's a resident a two-time business owner.
Yeah.
Still, like, I don't know what you're talking about.
He is a permanent out-of-towner now. The place that he is from no longer strictly exists in the universe.
Yeah, at least according to his knowledge.
Yes.
And here he's talking to the 30-year cager.
Yeah. Classic. Classic.
If they can kill any three of us, they can kill all of us. So we'll split up for this one.
Oh, speaking of Jimmy.
Who's down for criminals and spies?
So real quick, because I forgot to do this last session.
Mhm.
You need to add 1,732 gold to your coffers.
Oh, good. Who paid me?
This is your income from the Wickeltongue.
Wonderful.
1,732. Sorry. Just in case that became relevant at some point, it might be nice to have. I don't know.
You might want to guess how much I had prior to the statement.
2 or 3.
99.
99. Oh, yes.
Not terrible, but you're not walking away with much.
Yeah. We will talk about the expense of the Wickeltongue later, but no, you're still going to make a profit, so don't worry.
Mm.
We still never rolled for Bryn's profit those 2 days she was out canvassing.
That's true.
Earlier
That's
in the
true.
investigation.
We do need to get that as well, but we will. We'll do that off screen so
Later.
we don't. Yeah, so we don't tie up too much time. Because I know you guys are eager to belt out into the city.
Yes, yes. So yeah, who's down to go visit a very shady tavern not very far away?
Yeah, always.
Come on.
I got to go with that as opposed to books.
Seems fair. Master, Nil, our dear ghost, care to inquire about a portal?
I'll be along.
Yeah, I figured.
Alright.
All right. So Ghost is going off separate.
Ghost is going to be somewhere invisible.
That.
The Ghost is poofing.
Yep.
All right. Here. There she goes. Oh, you did it. All right. I was wondering if you remembered.
Aha,
I
remembered,
fancy,
yeah.
fancy token flip.
Fancy token flip. Love it.
All right. So yeah, we need Symbia in Faerun. Probably. If we get good info, that's what we need. If we get bad info,
Well,
probably somewhere around here, and we'll get to track it down.
if you can, technically, what you want is the Mezaketh Isle off the coast of Symbia.
Ah, this is true.
If you want to narrow it down, which it's Sigil, that's very possible.
Yeah, and it's like I paraphrase it in character, like, but in my mind, Bryn would have told everyone everything that she could.
Right.
So, yeah, everything.
That's perfectly all right. So, we're heading out.
I do believe so.
All right.
Yeah.
And we are going to Case, a shady tavern, I believe, was the goal.
Yeah, I feel like Jimmy's criminal contact would be in a bar, as is the usual.
Okay.
Just a reliable fixture there with the regular table.
All right. Well, there's taverns all over. The Hive's actually pretty popular for taverns, I should say.
Well, you pick the one that you feel like my criminal contact would be in, and we'll just say that's where we intended to go.
Well, I'm torn. Why don't we go up to the Snapped Finger?
There you go.
Sounds like a good one, huh?
Yeah.
The Snapped Finger Tavern. And that's up in Castro Row. Kind of up in the, we'll say, north quadrant of the hive there. If you're following along on your maps at home.
If you're playing the home game.
If you're playing the home game. Please turn to page 15 and continue. So yeah, is that where you're making your way up?
Yes, that is exactly what I am intending to do here.
Alright, so we're going up to the Snapped Finger. Always fun. Whoa. There we go. Switch us over to the visual. So we're making our way up. Okay, I'm about to start singing stupid songs.
We are
And
not
what's so
walking
bad?
fast. We are walking at a normal speed.
What's so bad is they are heading in the downward direction.
Making our way down. Yeah, you knew where I was going with that.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so let's get some ambient sound going as we travel. So, we're making our way through Sigil. Traveling on. Nothing new to you guys. Heading up. And the trek up there is going to be fairly uneventful. You got your usual kind of misty look. Downward. Yep. Perfect. But yeah, you're making your way downward to the Snapped Finger, down Two Lamp Lane, up across lots, all the way on around until you see it in the distance, the little shanty that it is amongst the smog-encrusted backdrop of the city. There are a number of what appear to be goblinoid creatures hanging out front, picking their nails with daggers and shining their teeth with rags and basically just glaring at people menacingly that walk by, as they tend to do. It's a ratty door that looks like it's probably been shattered 3 or 4 times. No windows, solid brick facade on the front, and just a picture of a broken finger hanging off a placard that hangs overhead. Definite smell of something distasteful wafts out the door as you approach, and the goblinoids stare you up and down. All of you, especially Draken.
Gentlemen.
Gentlemen, get a load of this one.
Come on, Polly. You know what I'm here for. This one's named Polly, I decided.
Polly works. Yeah, I take it it's not here for the ladies.
Nah, just business. Just business.
It's a shame, you know, we got the best one. Look, my mom's upstairs right now.
Try not to mix business and pleasure, no matter how tempting it may be.
Well, that's how I was born.
Damn.
You might be my daddy. Speaking of, you got,
Plead the fifth on that one.
you got a sweet tip for me, daddy?
You always were my favorite, Polly. Here. I feel like the door price for not getting hassled is a gold. If you don't mind getting hassled, it's only a silver.
You gonna hand old Polly a gold piece?
Yeah, he gets a gold.
He'll snatch it and kind of test it between his teeth, classic style. This legit. Jimmy, you gone straight on me. You're running some real deal business. How'd you get this?
Run couple real businesses, Paulie. They're not fake. The cards are real, you know?
Last time I saw you, you couldn't squeeze 2 coppers between your teeth.
Turns out this city likes booze.
Ah, fair. Fair. You down here looking for drinks, for fun, or for trouble?
Trouble.
Trouble.
I think. Trouble. I need to make some business inquiries. Gotta see about the commerce in the area. Just get some news. You know my man's at the table in the back.
I see. Draken, give me a perception roll, please.
Of course. This is not going to go well. But I will try.
It could go fine. At least half of that D20 has numbers over 10 on it.
Look
You didn't
at that.
find any of them,
Look
but
at
they are
that.
there.
A 7.
That is one Draken's 1 weak spot.
Well, here's the funny thing. I rolled a 6, so. One of the little goblinoids was deftly attempting to sneak into your pocket with his mangy little fingers. You felt the movement against your hip and looked down and caught him.
I thought the ladies were inside. You're gonna have to pay me to get a little closer.
I don't know what you're talking about. He snatches his hand back.
Oh, that is such a deeply unwise move.
Aww.
Wow.
What? He had some dust on his jacket. I was cleaning it, just being nice.
It's glitter, and it's everywhere.
Oh my god. No. No.
And that's your punishment. And you're lucky you got off so light.
The little goblin.
Polly, I'm heading in.
He's immediately just wiping his hands on everything, trying to get it off.
It doesn't work.
It just goes further.
I'm gonna tell you right now. A week's time, you'll be covered in glitter too.
No. Ah.
One touch. How do you think I ended up like this? I looked like you to begin with.
Ah.
Just as glitter took all over.
No. All right. So, you guys
I like this one.
you heading inside.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. Good luck to you there, Jimmy.
Appreciate it, Polly.
All right. So the inside is absolutely just immaculately, gorgeously, just breathtakingly disgusting.
Yes.
I mean, it's stains upon stains of stains that have been stains for ages. The stains are probably actually holding the building together.
Not a single inch was missed when they mopped this place last. It's a pity they dipped the mop in beer first.
Yes, well, hopefully it was beer. There's a small ramshackle bar in the back of the room. It's a one single room. The tables and chairs, and I use the terms loosely, are basically flotsam that have been fished out of all kinds of nastiness. Boxes, crates, chunks of rock. I mean, just anything they could find that would allow people to sit and put a beer on something. The bar itself is actually a series of chunks of wood taped down over the kegs, basically, that are being used. God knows how many times those kegs have been recycled without being cleaned. The smell is atrocious. Most of the denizens of this area, there are a lot of goblinoids. You do see some humans. There is what appears to be a table with a couple tieflings, as well as a halfling sitting in the corner drunk as a skunk. It's relatively quiet for the most part inside. The people in here are keeping to themselves, drinking. No trouble going on right now, basically.
I gotcha. Now you tell me, Church.
Uh-huh.
Who is my criminal contact? Is it the drunken halfling?
In this case, it would be the bartender.
Gotcha.
They call him the governor.
I would say pull up, but I imagine the seat that I'm trying to work my way down onto is actually just like a salvaged bit of temple rubble
Yeah, pretty much.
from the Shattered Temple, and it doesn't really move much,
No,
but at
it's
least it's sturdy.
just a hunk of rock. Nobody's gonna kick it out from under you.
Yeah, so I sidle up to the bar and sit down on that and nod to the governor.
Hmm. Jimmy, you've come back to see me.
Well, how could I stay away? The finest establishment in any ward.
Wow. Flattery like that'll get you a free drink. What do you have?
Problems and a desperate need for information.
See, now that's no fun, Jimmy. I was hoping you were here for the girls.
I'm telling you, fun is why I got a place.
Yeah, but you
That
know,
place is for fun. This place is for business.
Polly's mom's really popular.
So I've heard. So I've heard. Your advertisements, right from the horse's mouth.
Well, you know what they say. Once you go goblin, that's not really a saying. Let's just skip
No,
that.
they don't usually finish that sentence.
So, I hate it when you come in here asking for trouble.
Hopefully, it ain't too much trouble. It's just a bit of commerce. You know the usual kind. I was looking for word if anybody's been trading much from Faerun lately.
Faerun?
Yeah.
What you want with that backwater dump?
Me personally, not so much. I've always been more of a city boy, but I got an interest in anybody shifting some magical merchandise out of Faerun in recent weeks or months. Anything, real big, maybe around the area of Symbia.
I don't know, Jimmy. I've heard about the trouble you've been in. You got a bit of a taint on you. And I'm not talking about the one that Polly's mom's bragging about.
I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you, Governor. I've been in my share of messes.
Yeah.
But, this information relationship that we have, it's always done us well. I don't get too much into your business. You don't get too much into mine. If you know something you can tell, we do it for the regular price. If you don't, it's fine. I can go elsewhere.
He kind of looks around and leans in. Look, I know something, Jimmy. I do. I want to help you. You're a sweet boy. But the trouble you got on you, it's like a cloud of flies. Just buzzing and feeding on everything you touch. I don't know if I need that on me right now.
Gov. You've been in the game longer than I have by a good ways. What's a couple more flies? And I'd like to make a persuasion roll.
Alright, go for it. Oof.
Oh.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, a 29.
We do these around here for some reason. As soon as I don't actually need the number on that d20 to be particularly high, it just does it.
29. You rolled a 4 earlier for something.
Yeah.
So I'll take that as a victory. So he kind of looks at you. You can tell that he's got a certain affinity for you. You're not sure if it's an uncomfortable affinity or just kind of a working respect. You probably don't
Jimmy
want to
is
question
aware of the effect that he has on everyone.
This is true. He's a charismatic dead guy.
Mm-hmm.
So he kind of pinches the bridge of his nose and issues out just a kind of a deep sigh. You're gonna be the death of me, Jimmy. You're gonna be the death of us all.
I sincerely hope not.
This is true, Brent. So he leans in and says, look, I'll tell you what I know. God, you're gonna get me killed. So yeah, recently, you know the little boxy dudes with the googly eyes?
I know him well.
Alright, there's a little contingent of them. They came through, they had a printing press. Anyway, I heard the place got hit pretty hard not too long ago. But the printing press was a front. There was a way through. Something to do with the equipment they had stashed there. I don't know if it's still there or not. It's irrelevant. Thing is, I heard a particular package got brought through. Something small. I don't know what it was, but whatever it was, they brought some real heavy muscle in, Jimmy, to watch out for this thing. Real heavy. I'm talking, he kind of looks around. I'm talking Marut heavy. You get me?
You don't say.
Yeah, whole contingent. Anyway, they got the package. I don't know where they brought it, but it's here in the city.
I might have a notion. Thank you, Governor.
Hey, if you got a
I'm not
notion,
going to ask any more of you.
you got a notion, you keep that to yourself. That's all I'm asking.
Exactly.
I don't want nothing to do with this. They're talking about Maruts. Jimmy, you sure?
Oh, trust me.
You want to get mixed up with this?
Trust me. I want less to do with Maruts than anybody. But, Governor, you've been more than kind. Church, would you like to tell me what is a reasonable fee for this transaction? What would we have done business for in the past?
25 gold to be your standard rate.
I pay him 50.
Oh. Jimmy, you flirting with me?
No, I just recognize when people put their necks out a little bit.
Fair. You know what? You come to me again. We'll talk more.
Anytime I need the business, you know I'll be around.
Yeah. You staying for a while, or?
Nah, I'm afraid the case calls to me, especially now that I got a little bit more to go on.
Well, this is the most business you've brought through my door in a long time. He kind of nods to the rest of the group there.
Well, I know one of them's not much of a drinker. Kasey, you want to sample the local wares before we head out?
I don't see why not.
Never say nobody drinks when they come in here, Governor.
So he looks Kasey up and down. What do you have?
I'll take your best, obviously.
Well, you want a snap finger special? He reaches down, pulls out a bottle, sets a stone cup up on the bar. There's something inside it, kind of shadowed in the dim light. And he pours a horrific smelling liquid into it, kind of swirls it around and then hands it to you.
Saw a new guy try and pour that into glass once, ate right through.
Sounds about right. I'll take a few swigs.
Alright. Gonna do a perception roll for me real quick?
Sure. Okay.
Alright. So as you pick up the cup, you kind of eyeball down into it. There is a broken finger floating in your drink.
Nice.
They're real literal around here.
You gonna kick it back?
Yeah, why not?
All right. You kick it back. Give me a Constitution save, please.
Oh,
Oh. So Kasey kicks it back like a champ.
and then buffs it back up.
He's a very confident guy. He kicks it back, and you just see him kind of pause, like freeze frame, with the cup upturned as he drains it.
Jimmy's counting on his fingers.
He slowly, the arm comes down and just kind of drops the cup onto the table. He's got the finger hanging out between his lips, and his eyes just kind of roll back into his head, and he starts just timbering backwards. He's going down.
I'll try and catch him.
All right, go ahead, try to catch him.
Dexterity save?
Yeah, we'll let you use Dex for this. That's fine.
There you go.
All right, yeah, you managed to snatch him by his tie. Whoop!
Oh, yep, come back here. Come on.
He's stiff as a plank. Like his legs are just straight, and his eyes are rolled back in his head. He's kind of gurgling a little bit. The finger's still hanging out between his lips.
Let's get that out of there. That doesn't help things. That doesn't help things at all.
Yeah, that's mine. I'm gonna need that back.
Yeah. You take that. That's good. That's good for a couple uses.
He holds up the cup for you to put it in there.
There you go. Oh, 9 seconds. How's that rank on the leaderboards?
Down kind of low, Jimmy. Most of the locals here really enjoy this. It's one of the favorites.
Oh, you say that, but like, watched a hobgoblin fall over from that once.
Oh yeah, but I mean, what is he, human? What are you gonna expect? They got the constitution of an elf.
I guess you got me there. Governor, it's been a pleasure. We're gonna head out. Draken, you got the other end?
He's muted. He didn't want nothing to do with it.
We're gonna heft Kasey like he is a length of lumber and just carry him out under our arms.
I let him drag a little.
All right, that's fair. It's totally fair. So
I'm like just holding like the pants leg.
Yep, he's fine.
between two fingers, just kind of, yeah. All right, so you carry Kasey out. I hate to do this, but I'm going to.
Of course.
Draken, give me a perception roll as you cross the doorway. They like you. Oh my god.
Beating him by one.
Every time.
Don't have to outrun the bear, just have to outrun it.
That's twice now. Twice.
I'd like to point out those rolls have been 6, 7, 8, and 9.
Flawless.
Damn right.
Roll 20 cheats. I'm sure of it. All right, so yeah, you're walking out, and you kind of feel that nudge against your pocket again. You look down, it's that same little guy, and he looks up at you as you look down at him, and he looks at his hand and notices the glitter again, and just goes, ah!
You're just gonna make it spread twice as fast.
Why do you do this? What's wrong with you?
You want to know a secret?
No!
You want to know what the glitter's made from?
No!
It's me.
Ah!
It's my scale.
No, he runs
doesn't
inside.
even carry money. The pockets are just full of glitter.
He runs
I don't
inside.
actually have pockets.
Ah, you just hear him inside, like, I need something to wash this off.
Oh, that doesn't work. People
No,
have
just-
tried.
It just mats it down.
I've watched people try to light themselves on fire to get rid of it.
He might as you guys leave.
Or, you know what? I might have been the one to light them on fire. That might have been wrong.
That's possible. Accurate.
There's
I
some
might have done that.
Probable, even. So, yeah, So you guys carry Kasey out. A couple blocks away, he'll start kind of coming out of his comatose state with a nasty headache. Kasey,
He's
like,
carrying him along, and he notices he's becoming more dead weight.
yeah, you actually feel like there might be some hair growing on your tongue after that.
Man.
Took it like a champ, though.
I commend your bravery. I do think our potables are a little better down at the Wickle Tongue, but that's just my taste.
Mm-hmm. Don't talk so loud.
That's fair. Okay, you got it.
You didn't do good.
Don't worry though, you're competing against like hobgoblins, storm giants.
Said you sucked.
Yeah, it's a hard leaderboard to crack.
Jeez, y'all harsh.
I would recommend round 2 for at least another couple months.
Yeah. You don't
I
want
have faith in you, champ.
champ.
You can do better.
Champ. Love it. Alright, so yeah, as he recovers, once again, splitting headache, hairy tongue, probably a deep-seated sense of regret. You guys are making your way where?
Back to the office. Hopefully, Master Miss will have piloted her characters in the coming scene, and we'll get to reconvene.
Alright. So Master Miss, as they're making their way back, and we've accomplished all this, what were you up to?
I think I'm just watching because I don't really know what to do.
You were sent on a completely separate errand. Now, if you didn't do that, it turns out that's probably okay.
My brain is struggling.
You're
That's
okay.
all right.
Mood.
What was the mission that I was supposed to do? Because I thought for sure that I was going with you.
You were going to go to the Hall of Records and check for portals to Symbia in Faerun.
Cynthia, okay. Nil got that right away, like immediately,
Okay.
but not Master.
Alright, so they went.
They did go.
Okay.
I think Nil tried to do the talking first, but he's just not a social person. And then Master struggled even more. So I don't know that this went well. Do I need to like roll for charisma for this?
Well, now we're going to the Hall of Records. Alright. So, here, let me get this pulled up real quick. I gotta get my notes. So many notes.
All you would have needed to do is walk up to the secretary, be like, where can I check out the public portals? They would have pointed you in the direction and you could have perused the book. That is a free service at the Hall of Records.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, but
They didn't need to do much talking at all, neither of them.
Yet, except for one time. Okay, yeah, well, I don't know. Can I just say that we did that?
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna head on down there, obviously.
Okay.
I mean, this is a big, big building. It's a huge, like, tower-like structure. It's been there for a long time, and there's a lot in it. It's a 30-story building, if that tells you anything.
Oh.
It handles taxes and records and, you know, offices for the faction, that type of thing.
I can smell the floors now.
Oh, yeah.
the little thing where you take a ticket and just
Please take a number.
see in a plastic. Oh,
Please take a number. Now serving. Now serving number 122. You look at yours and it's like 5,000. So I will speed this up a little bit for you. If you like. Yeah?
I would definitely like this to be speeded up because I'm very aware that like I'm taking up way too much time with this.
Oh no.
I'm just thinking like what my characters would be doing, and it's gonna take them a minute to figure stuff out.
Well, we won't get too much into the background of the place, okay? Because Nil probably wouldn't really be interested in that. You're going for a purpose, right?
Right.
All right, so you make your way. It's very easy to find a 30-story building. It's huge, tower-like structure. You make your way in to the main lobby of the place. Like you said, it is disgustingly clean, that kind of sterile clean where you can just smell everything except clean. There's a whole series of caged windows, and you make your way up, standing in line for some time until one becomes available. There's a very nondescript human, just kind of grayed-faced, sunken eyes, staring at you through the window. Yes.
We are looking for information on portals to Symbion. Is there a hallway that we could go down? Or which way would we go to find that information?
You're looking for a portal?
Yes.
Prem, you're actually right, but...
Yeah, that's the building I meant, but my brain jumped to Hall of Records, so I was like, gah!
So I'm going to save you some time. Basically, you're in the wrong place.
No.
This is
It's next door.
This is a tax center. Basically. So he's looking at you like you're addle-coved.
Hall of... Wait. What is... I turned back to look at myself. Hall of Information is not Hall of Records.
And she's not right. Or she's right. It's not far away. It's literally
It's
like
like-
a block away.
It's like adjunct to the building, according to In the Cage.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll let you just kind of make your way back up there. I'm sorry, I don't want to mess with you too much, but that was just kind of funny.
We walk back over. I take a number thing. I wait in line. I wait in the most inefficient queue ever.
All right, so this is a much smaller building, a big square, kind of official-looking structure. But you make your way in to the main foyer, and it's just 3 hallways ahead of you, with just offices on either side. This is an officious-looking place. I mean, it's just so boring. Like you're literally yawning as you go in because you can just smell the paperwork. Actually, you smell something. Smoke? Kind of the faint smell of something burning. But anyway, that aside,
Wait. the smell of something burning that aside, do we need to investigate that? Like,
Well, it's up to you.
test the temperature of any nearby doorknobs? Are we in a house fire? Wait a minute.
No, just the faint smell of something burnt. So, just so you know, the offices.
Fire perception.
Or you want to make a perception check? You can.
I'm just thinking of like who would notice this.
Well, you noticed.
Okay, clearly the master's gonna notice before Neil does.
Okay.
And in terms of wisdom, he's gonna know better what to do as well. So we're just gonna. What do you think that role would be? To see if that's something I should be concerned about or not.
Just a basic perception roll. We'll see if you can determine what it is. Oof.
Jeez.
No.
It is something burning.
That one.
That is actually the accurate map she posted there in Discord, by the way, if you want to look.
Yeah.
12. Alright, so that was nil. They
Was
are just
rolled with
kind of
the-
confused.
It's rolled with the master's stats though. Sorry. I picked the names wrong. This is Nell's roll.
Alright. Better.
How? How?
That's an improvement.
Sorry.
So, basically, you think that somewhere in the back they're burning paper, most likely,
I love to be Steve.
based on what you can determine. It's nothing dangerous.
Okay. Well,
Just
it's
the
not
incinerator.
It's not too concerning. Okay, it's just the.
Yeah, nothing crazy. So, the offices ahead, they're all labeled with various specialized purposes that you can go looking through.
How about we go the 100? Maybe Steve? Where's Steve?
Well, we're
Not the 11?
we're looking for portals to Symbios, so I would look
What
for
do you wanna
something that says
watch?
portals, possibly.
Alright.
Do you need zombies? Like the egg? Okay. Switch to Steve. Thank you. Whoa, look at that cave.
Well, it's kind of rough. Nothing says directly portals, okay?
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at their directory right now.
Okay.
What are you seeing?
Portal registry distributes information regarding location and accessibility of known portals and sigil available to general public.
Oh yeah, that's the portal registry. I see what you're saying. Yep.
Yeah.
There is
That's
a
what that
portal
means.
registry. We'll say that's towards the back.
No, it's a skeleton.
So
Damn it,
do
I
you,
thought that was free. I misremembered.
it's 5 gold.
Fuck. Where is my brain tonight? I don't even know.
5 gold processing fee.
Look at these cows. But they're getting all the feelings.
As it is a business expense, you are aware that Jimmy will reimburse you.
Alright. Do you want to pay?
Yes.
Okay. So, the crotchety Barriar clerk, with horn-rimmed glasses, of course, just starts shoving paperwork in front of you with a quill and an inkwell. So I'm gonna need you to sign all these.
cumulative or my brain is just. Okay, I gotta sign this. I gotta sign this. What does this mean? I'm trying to read it and getting a headache.
Oh, this is the absolute epitome of legalese. It hurts to read.
But like, okay, so the price that the horn rimmed glasses clerk lists to me.
The processing fee.
At like, plus 10, no, there's printing fees, and then there's like, oh, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. If you're gonna print it in paper, then you have to pay a printing fee. If you're gonna use the copier, you have to pay a copier's fee. Depending on how you convey the information, there's always like a separate charge.
No, the processing fee is flat gold, 5 gold flat. The paperwork is where you're going to actually pay your price.
Yes. Suffering.
Okay, well, I would like to launch into the process of filling out all these documents, the legalese, and so forth. That's what I'm doing.
All right. Give me a Constitution save, please.
We must keep in mind, Nil has the Omega brain
Yes.
and can probably handle some paperwork.
I feel like this would be a check to see if Neil falls asleep.
Oh,
Save.
that's the
I'm not the
master.
DM, so.
Con save. Okay.
All right. So you managed to pull it through. You managed to get through the paperwork.
Oof.
And you are given a location of a public portal that leads where you want to go. It does involve a key, which is 3 peacock feathers. Make sure you write that down.
No. 3 peacock feathers. The real question, where do you find a peacock in Sigil? Prime exotics?
You could probably find them.
Sodding anywhere. Bryn literally picked up a 6th level spell scroll like she was walking into fucking Walmart.
I feel like those are going to be more common than peacocks.
On the other hand, I do have polymorph and can turn into a peacock if I see a picture of it.
That's just fair.
Then you just pluck 3 fucking feathers and we use those before I change back.
Ow.
That feels like the most Draken thing to polymorph into.
It does, really.
I thought it was the T-Rex. The Draken would just turn into basically the equivalent of a dragon. A T-Rex.
The T-Rex. Well, we'll get into that at some point, I'm sure. But yeah, you have the location of the portal. You have the key. You have a minor headache, nothing too debilitating. But for now, you are free to return. You have what you need, unless you want to look for something else while you're here.
One of me rolled a 6 on the Constitution save. I don't want to stay here any longer than I need to. I'm gonna get out while we're ahead.
All good.
Technically.
Well, everyone's business within the city is done so far, and we all wanted to reconvene at the agency. Why don't we take our union break now?
If you guys would like, I have no problem with that. Everybody
Sure.
ready?
Yeah. Seems
Yes.
good.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back after this word from our sponsor. Please stay tuned. We're live. Okay.
Oh.
Welcome back.
Dun dun dun.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Where are we going from here? I know we just got the information.
I believe we were just about to all be returned to the agency.
Anybody doing anything before we get there?
Just bickering.
Alright, so we're going to bring us back to the agency then. Back. Welcome back. Where is it? There we go. Back to the agency.
Okay. Critical question. Has Pohan returned?
Yes, with the Za.
Good, good. You do love to see it. Alright, so he makes his way back upstairs, takes a seat behind the desk, and waits for the crew to assemble.
Alright. I'm assuming that won't take long.
Nah, probably not.
Okay. Alright, so we've gathered. The Master and Nil have their information. You guys have yours. Pohan has the Za.
The most important piece of the puzzle. Jimmy is stretching out a little bit in his chair. Finally, a little bit of work I can wrap my head around. Well, temporarily at least. Master, Nil, how was your trip?
Into the bureaucratic belly of the beast. And this one sent me to the Hall of Records instead of the Hall of Information. I told you that's what was said to me. I said the exact same words that were said to me. It's not my fault.
Yeah, there's a reason I didn't take that one. Well done. I'll make sure you get your combat pay for that one. Alright, we also went into the belly of the beast. Different beast, though. Turned up a little something.
Flat fever for the records, but we can talk about that later. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's fine.
So, on our end, it seems like somebody was moving some merchandise. Someone we're a little familiar with. Bunch of Modrons with a printing press. Things are hooking up in unusual ways. Apparently, that shop they were running to put the paper out had a portal in it, configured out of their stuff. Maybe that's why they spent so much time to smash it before we got there. But they moved something through it right about the time that Marut was in town with his buddies.
Look over there.
Now, I don't know how much my contact was aware of the real goings-on behind the scenes, so I can't say for sure. That means we're seeing mechanists working at cross purposes with old Long, Tall, and Brainy, or if there's even more at play here. But it's definitely a lead to go on, because we do know where the party of mechanists best and brightest was hanging out for a little while, and it did seem about like the place you'd take a dagger.
Fair.
But we got that, and that's a start. So maybe the dagger's in town and not in Faerun, but in case it's not, we got a way to get there?
Didn't we have a card from that one guy with like a chariot of some sort? Ziggy?
Out of character, I think Jimmy means portals.
Yes, yes, he does mean a portal.
Okay, never mind.
Ziggy Stardust, powerful as he may be,
Where did
can
I
get
pull
us to
that from?
places in Sigil.
Yikes. Okay. This is okay. So I had to sign for this one. This one has like you had an initial here and here, so this yada yada yada, and I'm like bureaucratic, like yeah, blah blah blah. Okay, so this such and such, so forth, blah blah blah, explaining like all the stuff I found, and so this is what the result is. Boom, boom, boom. This.
Okay. Jimmy is looking over the forms you had to fill in and saying, yes, I made the right decision. I did not want to do this. But he accepts the news gladly that there is an active portal. It does go where we would want to, and the key is relatively attainable. Where is this again? The location of the portal in Sigil, I mean.
Let me just figure out which page that.
I don't think we actually told you the location, did I?
That might be
No.
important.
Yeah, this is in character. Me flipping through the paperwork.
Yeah. Sorry. It is. Bear with me. It is in the ladies' ward at Tessa's greenhouse.
That is a bit more of a walk. Alright, but if we gotta, we gotta. We'll see.
If we got it, we got it.
Try the Maroots first.
Yes. So, when last we saw the Inevitables Church,
Yes.
they were making their way across town and stopped up outside of Tarholt's Forge?
That was some time ago.
Yes, this was a few days back, at least.
Yeah, because it's like the 11th of Regula, and he was killed on probably the 9th. The 9th is when we found the paper mill, anyways.
So yeah, it's been a few days. They're probably not holed up outside there now, although they're the Inevitables, so they could be.
They could stand there as long as they feel like.
Exactly.
Time waits for no man, but for them it'll make an exception. But in addition to that, was a forge. They may have been bringing the dagger there to use it. We certainly have reason to believe they dispelled some powerful effect, judging by what we saw from the outside. You know, there's something to be gained. There's something to be gained information-wise from this.
This is true.
So Jimmy has opened the floor with this information for discussion. Says, I'm sure it's a nice place and all, but I don't want to go traipsing around Faerun without much of an idea apart from dig up a deadly god-killing artifact from beneath a lake. That sounds bad. If it's in town, that's perfect for us. We can probably track down those Inevitables. They're easy to spot. People like to talk.
They do make an impression.
Don't know necessarily I want to run into the Maroot again. But, you know, maybe rather the Maroot than the brain.
Yeah, the Maroot let you pass last time.
Yes, the brain almost didn't.
Yes.
How's everybody feeling?
That good, huh?
Look, the creepers.
We've dealt with them before.
We did survive.
My research told me that the key was 3 peacock feathers. I wrote that down.
Now I have to wonder if Jimmy knows what a peacock is. I don't know for sure we had those in Cairn.
You did.
Okay, good. Then Jimmy would probably know. Did they survive the blight? Are they now, like, size-huge abominations with a mesmerizing effect?
We don't know that, because that is in another campaign.
It is, but it's fun to speculate.
Yeah.
Right, so Jimmy does know what a peacock is, and he says, good. We can probably lay hands on that. You can get anything here. Kasey, how you feeling? Head any better?
Yeah, a little better, I think.
Yes.
Maybe.
You're coming back. You're coming back.
It's good. You're pulling out of that one strong. I've seen it lay people down a few days.
I mean, it tasted okay, but wow.
You sure about that? I can't even taste anymore. And... Never mind. To each their own. You're from the area. Well, I say you're from the area. You're from the plain, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it dangerous in that part of the world?
There are worse places.
Yeah, we're in one.
Yeah. Last time I was in Sambia, it wasn't too bad.
All right, that's good news.
Don't do that.
I think while we're in town, we may as well see if we can bargain with the inevitables. If they're against Big Brain, that's good for us.
How they do that?
Yeah.
That's the kind of firepower you do love to have on your side.
Oh no.
Never hurts.
Explosion.
A little extra oomph.
Get out of here. What's all? Actually,
What time of day is it, church?
We're slipping on into evening.
Really? That is late.
Slipping
How long
into.
were we out?
Slipping into. Not quite there yet.
I know. I don't know. I guess my internal in-game sense of time, I thought it would have been around like peak.
Well,
Nah.
keeping
the
in
whole
mind.
thing with the Modrons was the morning, right?
Yeah. Also keeping in mind that Nil and Master probably spent a good few hours signing paperwork.
Oh, okay.
No.
That,
Oh,
that was all
okay.
starting off. Okay, yeah.
All right. Would we have time then, if we had to get up into the ladies' ward? Because I believe the forge is up there as well, isn't it?
I believe so. Treben's Forge it is. It's actually not terribly far from where the portal would be if you needed to go there.
Yes. So, would we be able to get up there in reasonable time and get back here?
Before...
Anti-peak, I guess. You don't want to be walking around the hive too late.
I think you could manage it.
All right. So we had to. Well, hell, let's hit it. Time's burning. Might be gods on the rise. Can't sit around.
So you're making your way to Treben's Forge again?
Yeah, I think that's a good place to start. And if we can't get anything on the area, say if the forge is closed off and we can't get our way inside, or, more likely than not, the inevitables have cleared out of there, we can head elsewhere. Outpost of Mechanus in Sigil would be the governor's, wouldn't it?
Well,
They're the most strongly associated with that bunch.
that's a good question. I was gonna say, like, it's important to keep in mind that the planes, as far as aligning with the planes, is tricky.
Mhm. Yeah, there's affinities, but it's not like there's a established thing here.
Yeah. Are you looking to get into Mechanus?
No, but you figure the
Or just where
the
they would be?
staunchest defenders of the plane would probably be hanging around their own.
Possibly. Although with the inevitables, they're an independent bunch.
It's fair.
Yeah. So Bryn's going to look over and say, Hohan, did you see the inevitables while you were out getting za?
In between large bites, he kind of looks up at you and cocks his head sideways, thinking. Big, weird-looking dudes?
You know the ones. Yeah.
No. I'm pretty sure I'd remember and mention that one, but I mean, if the goal is to find them, I'm assuming, yes?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I know one way to attract their attention, but I don't need that kind of problem.
Well, let's say that you were an immortal peacekeeper sent from a plane of law and order.
Mhm.
Where would you find the most trouble in need of correcting?
Oh, you think they're working?
I think they never stop working.
Why is everyone looking at me?
Well, I guess the Chaos Men are closer. Here's the worst part of town. Here?
Yes. Jimmy, you happen to rent a building in the worst slums in the Hive.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know, maybe my sensibilities aren't calibrated quite right. It can get worse, you know.
For Sigil, no, you're in the worst.
Now, not a single one of these buildings is on fire for more than an hour a day. That's not bad.
I mean, you're comparing Shatterbone Street to Blackboot Walk there. Or Blackboot Lane, I mean.
All right, so in this case, church.
Yes.
What would be the most wretched hive of scum, villainy, and chaos men available here in the hive?
Oh,
The office.
We're not so bad.
I was gonna say, like, right here where you're at?
We are an outpost of law and order. I am a private investigator.
And a troublemaker.
Bryn's going to put her hand on her chair and, like, lean over and into Jimmy's face, and she's going to be like, Jimmy, if the inevitables never stopped working, then they're still working on this case. So shouldn't we go somewhere where we think the dagger or the Alhoon might be? Wherever the inevitables believe that the ascension is happening?
If they're sitting outside that warehouse rubbing shoulders with the guardsmen, I'm gonna laugh my ass off.
Well, so if you're looking for chaos, right?
Yes.
Of course, Bren would know of this. Maybe not necessarily where it is, but know of it. There is supposedly a enormous mile-high column created of reverse gravity in Sigil, and it is invisible, created by a Chaos Attacked mage.
Of course. It's probably in the hive. The hive.
Yeah, possibly. But I mean, this is we're talking into some weird stuff.
Does Bryn say this? Do we have this information?
I mean, I thought this was all, like, out of character. Like, Bryn's in-character thing was, like,
Here,
stick to the information that was on the case, because that's what the Inevitables were sent here for.
here.
That's her contribution.
You can use this link right here. This, I don't see anything in here that your character wouldn't know about, more or less. If you want to go that route. But as far as one of the most chaotic points within Sigil, that would probably be top of the list.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like Bryn would know that too, but, like, essentially her contribution, what she's going to tell Jimmy, is essentially what she just said, which is stick to, like, the case because the Maroots are here for a reason, and that's this.
Well,
That's this job.
that's fair. We can check where we have encountered the other parties involved. We can speculate on the location of more murders. Been a little while since we had one of those.
Yeah, they seem to have tapered off a bit. But I think
dagger.
I think you guys can count that as a victory, honestly, though.
Yes, it's a start. Hell, easy enough. Canvass the streets of the Hive for forces of law and order. I'll just stick out like a sore thumb.
If they're even in the hive, Jimmy.
Who wouldn't want to be here? It's such a lovely place. Alright, so, in the interest of using the remaining daylight correctly, I propose that we begin with some rapid questions in the local area, perhaps to the street urchins, one of whom I did set on a warehouse job and have not heard back from.
This is true.
That takes us to the warehouse, and if we get nothing from that quick adventure, we can head to the scene of the crime that we know was most associated with the Inevitables over at the Forge.
Okay.
Sound reasonable, everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right. Church, we go with Ford.
All right. So heading to the forge, is it right? Just so we're
The
clear.
warehouse first.
Warehouse first. Okay.
It's nearby.
Yeah. All right.
Are we splitting up?
No.
You sure? I don't mind.
No, we do not do this.
I mind.
Okay. I just wanted to throw it out there. You know, it's fine. All right. So we're off once again to the warehouse. Now, the warehouse isn't a far stretch, as we've mentioned before. Nondescript part of town, nondescript buildings, not a lot of details that, you know, it's very nondescript.
It'd be easy to get lost here.
It is. And it's one of the dangers of the area for the unfamiliar, for the clueless that might wander into this part of town, because crime is rampant. It's easy to get mugged or, you know, find yourself in the dead books here because you wandered down the wrong alley. So, you make your way to the warehouse. What are we looking for specifically?
Well, firstly, I have set an urchin to keep a watch. I look around for an urchin. I'll make a perception check if necessary. They can be stealthy little buggers.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Go ahead. Let's see what you got. Oof.
A very high bonus.
Should have known. So, as you're wandering through the district where the warehouses are, looking for your purchased pair of eyes, I will say that you do not find the urchin.
Mhm.
You do, however, find signs of a struggle and small amounts of blood. Not necessarily fresh, but it makes you wonder.
Mm.
There is, however, no body. It's not
Is
a
this
large
near
amount.
the specific warehouse?
Yes, it is. And it's not a large amount of blood. It's a small amount of blood.
It's interesting, because there should also be guardsmen here.
There are not.
This is noteworthy.
Hmm.
This is noteworthy. I mean, leads the crew a little ways away from the warehouse. Pause in an alleyway. I think combined we're probably going to be the most dangerous thing in the alleyway, so we can survive that for a moment. Supposed to be 5 or 6 guardsmen in front of that place.
And yet, nothing.
Now, I might accuse them of sleeping on the job, but I'm pretty sure put the fear of the lady into that secretary down there. They probably did send somebody at least.
Hmm. So are you searching?
I'm addressing the crew out loud.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Should probably take a closer look then.
Yeah, that's concerning.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Let's go check the warehouse.
Well, it didn't go so well for us first time around. Let's be a little more careful.
I think we need to, be a lot more cautious and look up above us before we walk into an area.
How high up was that warehouse roof, Church? I'm sure it was some number that we talked about.
Check for gloves.
It wasn't very high. I think it was like 15 feet or something, if I remember
Okay.
correctly. It wasn't anything ridiculous. They're not huge buildings.
Okay. Well, Master, shall we be the scouting party?
I think so.
Okay.
Oof, that's a 1.
Oof, what were you rolling for there?
Stealth.
Stuff. Wow, you're tripping over your own feet.
10 is like, it's literally as bad as he can do, and it's still just average.
You're tripping over your feet and still as stealthy as a farmer trying to make his way out, at night to sneak out with his buddies.
Yep.
Which says, that's not terrible.
They're not terrible. It works sometimes. Just depends on your opposition. I think Master's got me beat on this one, though.
The master actually disappears into an alternate realm. Poof. Not literally. Just so we're clear. We don't want that to happen
that's
here.
such a terrible roll. I'm gonna use my luck point.
Oh, okay.
Just can't afford to be walking around with that.
All right, much better.
I'll survive. I'll survive with a 16.
So you guys are sneaking in, was it?
Sneaking up to the warehouse, gonna look around the door, observe above us, as Master said, make sure nothing's waiting for us up on the roof. Last time we were here, we had very powerful magical darkness. Hopefully that's not back.
Well, I mean, on the outside of the door, no.
No?
You don't see anything above the door.
Good start, good start. Jimmy, unable to perceive the master, just takes up position by the door to keep an eye on the road on the assumption that master will get through it.
Hmm. Okay. Where do we go from here? Anybody? Master?
Am I leading now? Oh no.
You don't
I
have
can
to.
clearly see Jimmy. What are we doing?
Jimmy has, stacked up next to the door. He's watching the road for you, basically watching your back if you want to check the door.
Okay, I carefully check the door. Or wait, first to see if it's unlocked, obviously, because of course. And then to check to see if it's like got any traps.
That's important.
Is that important? I keep forgetting the obvious stuff, like. And then I look above the doorway, like, is it something gonna fall on my head or anything?
Give me a perception check. We'll be thorough.
That's a 14. Sorry, sheet's wrong.
Okay. No. Silent as the grave.
Don't say that.
How is it unlocked?
Would you like to try the door?
Okay. I try the door, ready to leap back from it.
Try the door and ready to leap back?
If there is like something that springs out from it, or sproings, as the case may be.
Sproings.
I don't want to be surprise attacked,
What's gonna surprise attack you?
I don't know.
Alright.
Alhoons, brains,
Everybody's so nervous.
god brains.
So you push the door? Or pull the door? Or are you gonna
Is
look
the
at the
door
hinges? It's a
Can I
pull.
see the hinges?
It's a pull door.
Okay, then I can see them, and I pull it, and I bring back an appropriate amount for the door to open.
So you spring back?
I do.
Make another stealth check, please. As you spring back. Sproing. Okay. So yeah, you Jimmy, like you get the briefest sensation of movement as the door comes open. Unless you'd like to roll a perception check against that, you're welcome to.
At this point, he doesn't even bother unless he thinks something's gone terribly wrong. There's just
Yeah.
no spotting master.
Just used to it.
Smooth as butter every time.
Alright. So
He is peering around the door now that it's open.
it's a big empty room, dark. Not magically dark, just dark.
Okay. I will make a perception check in particular here, just because we are aware of dangers here. We know there's a grate in the floor. He observes that in particular.
Mhm.
I thought the grate in the floor was outside.
Was it outside? I remember it being inside.
I'm pretty sure the grate into the sewers was outside.
Yeah.
Because that's where we gathered.
It was outside.
Oh, well, he looks at that while he's outside, and then he looks inside.
Okay.
There is a 31 perception roll.
Wow. He can see
Sees
forever.
Knows very little, but he sees all.
This is like the end of that old movie, The Man with the X-Ray Eyes. Which, if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. Classic. All right. Looking in, I will say you don't see anything moving inside. Granted, it's very dark and you are human.
Mhm.
Unfortunately. There is some light coming through, but your very attentive eyes do notice very recent disturbances all over the dust in the floor. Humanoid-sized footprints.
I told those dumbasses to bring a whole company. Nobody listens.
Are you saying that out loud?
I was thinking that to himself.
Woof. Pardon
That is
me.
the internal monologue this time.
That works. That works.
All right, so inside, signs in the dust of a scuffle, a disturbance.
Not a scuffle.
A
Just
disturbance.
Just movement. Something has
Just
been
movement.
walking around in here recently.
Okay, that's a start. How about the grate outside?
Nothing new.
Okay, same old, same old.
It's closed, basically.
Okay. Having spotted nothing untoward, but something worth further investigation, Jimmy will enter. Once he's inside, he will light his hooded lantern.
Okay. So Jimmy enters. You light your lantern, which of course cancels your stealth.
Yes, of course, that's normal.
Looking around, like I said, you don't see anything in the room with you. Just the footprints and the dust.
So, before he goes traipsing all over them, Jimmy will perform an investigation of the footprints to see if he can determine such fundamental things as, are these all people wearing the same boot as if they're the ones issued by the guard? Are they, the normal types of footprints for guard members here, members of the various normal races of Sigil, which is to say, all of them. All outfitted in the least comfortable shoes imaginable, though.
All right. So
And to see how many there may have been.
now you definitely have the track, right?
Mhm.
That's no problem. You can tell it's humanoid. You can tell it's recent, extremely recent.
Mhm.
To determine what it is, we'll need a tracking roll, like a survival roll. It's slightly different.
You sure I can't investigate? I'm so much better at it.
To determine the track, what made the tracks? I'm gonna go with survival, just because that is tracking technically.
That's fair. But the other concern was distinguish them from each other and see if I can determine how many people were here in the room and where they may have gone.
That I will allow for an investigation.
All right, I'll separate them out then. I'll do the investigation first.
Okay.
There's the investigation. It's 15.
All right. Your investigation, it's one creature.
Oh,
You also can see the older tracks from the creature that was in here.
Mhm.
They match.
and probably a couple from us.
Yeah. but I'm saying they match. The older tracks and the new ones
Oh.
match.
Oh no.
So your investigation roll was actually pretty decent.
Sufficient. The 4 gets me nothing, but if they match,
Yeah.
I've got circumstantial evidence enough for my own tastes.
Exactly.
He's looking around, wishing he had a way to break magical invisibility. Okay. Well, I haven't been disintegrated yet. That's a start. He hoods the lantern, reducing it down to a very dim light, and retreats to the door to address Master quietly. Speaking into the void and hoping Master hasn't moved much. So, our friend's been back through.
Okay.
He makes the tentacle under the chin gesture.
Okay.
Yeah, that one. That one. It has been back. There's fresh footprints that match the old footprints. So I guess he did survive that altercation. Seemed to get the best of the beholder in it anyways. Alright, let's get back to the crew.
Jimmy,
Yes.
give me a wisdom save, please.
You got it. Let me double check that I don't have any way to apply any advantage there. Just gotta make sure. I do not. So, here we go. Bam!
Nice.
Bam. So, for a moment, you feel something just rack your mind as if icy fingers gripped your brain, trying to pull it away from you. You hear this guttural voice just canting in a language that's both obscene and unnatural in your mind, and you just feel yourself start to slip for a moment, and then you being you rip it back out, and you're once again in your own head. Something in that room just tried to take a hold of you.
Jimmy says, "Oh, we're not doing that shit again." He pulls the bell out of his pack and he gives it 3 sharp rings. He says, "Stealth time's over. Fucker's back."
Okay.
Hopefully the party can hear this.
Okay.
I would say so. I heard that. All right, so, well, you guys sound like you're going for broke. Am I reading this correctly?
Well, hell,
Yeah.
what you gonna do at this point?
Okay. If we're going for broke, then let's do initiative. Remember to select your token before you roll it. Let me make sure I got a clear. Here we go. We're good to
Oh
go.
my god, I can't believe we're doing this. Again.
Booyah.
Once more unto the breach.
That's right. I have a way of finding invisible people.
And that's why he gets paid the big bucks, people.
It's called Fireball. I don't need to see you if everything's on fire.
I've also got Fairy Fire.
Mine burn.
Brand likewise has fairy fire.
I like that. You're all like, let's fairy fire it. I'm like, just burn the whole room. Doesn't matter if it's in the room, it will burn.
Let's do
Burn
real
the
fire.
building down.
Just real
And then
fire.
when I see something on fire, hit it again.
Real fire. Let's just do real fire. All right. Everybody on there?
I'm on.
All right. Oof. Well, in that case, we're starting this show with Jimmy the Mouth Callons.
Hey, making it on the board.
Yeah, so you felt the icy grip of the beast.
I did.
What you gonna
It
do?
is, as always, disturbing.
What you gonna do?
Well, if I couldn't spot it with a 31 perception,
It was
Then
invisible, to be fair.
yes, I don't feel like I have much of a chance of spotting it with another 31 perception.
Oh, he's not invisible now. He used an ability to attack you. That canceled.
Oh,
his
do I know where he is
invisibility. You can see him.
Hell yes. How far away is he?
About 30 feet.
30 feet. I can work with 30 feet. Let me check something.
I was really hoping to nab you with that one too. That would have been hilarious. For me. I mean,
Oh, wait.
for me it would have been hilarious. Not you, but I mean that's fair.
I mean, you named him Al.
Which is funny.
Yes.
Gotta admit, that is funny.
Get your humor in.
So, we were at the door, right?
Yeah, you are at
So I
the
assume
door
he's-
with Master Miss.
He's at the back of the warehouse from us.
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. So that's 30 feet away. I can, without doing too much extra work and waiting for everybody to get here, because they were still in the alleyway. I will cunning action hide behind the other side of the doorway, and I will proc my bolts from the grave, which has 30-foot range and deals necrotic damage.
Okay.
It's
24 to hit.
That will hit.
Perfect.
What we got for damage?
Not too bad. Really, it's just my sneak attack damage with a +4 on it.
Just
So, 17.
17. Look at those ones. My goodness.
Yeah, I got 1/6 in there. I will live with this, you know?
All good. Oh, goodness. All right, so. All right.
So yes, I just let fly with a flurry of these near invisible darts and spin and hide behind the side of the door in full cover, hopefully.
All right. So you're dutting around the side of the door.
Yes.
Just okay, out of sight. Okay. All right. Is that it for
We will
you?
make a storming action once the party's here.
Is that it for you?
Yeah, that's my turn.
All right. Kasey Stone.
yeah. I guess I'll first open the door then. Alrighty. We're probably a little bit away from the building, so I guess I'll use my roguish thingy to run over there and open the door, and then Eldritch Blast, I guess.
All right, going for the Eldritch Blast. Let's see what you got.
1, 2,
25. That hits.
and the 11 does not though.
The 11 does not. No.
Alright.
1 damage.
1 whole
One
damage.
damage.
Yeah.
Wow. You
Fear
need
me.
you need to have a talk with your patron.
Yeah.
But you know,
I traded
doesn't get rounded down.
my soul for this. 1 damage, really? Alright, so you nick him. Anything else for you?
I guess that would probably be my entire move, bonus, and action. So yeah.
Alright. Who's see? That brings us to Owl.
I'm obviously a huge threat.
What do I want to do to you? That sounds terrible. Like I get nervous for this. I'm not gonna lie.
You have a lot of power at your fingertips when you pilot that Alhoon.
Okay. I'm being real careful with because he's dangerous. So.
Yes.
And
He can Oko us.
yeah,
Be careful with that Alhoon, it's loaded.
he can do a lot. Okay, so you know what? You're not the biggest threat to him at this point. Okay? I'm using that. I'm telling myself that, not you. So. I'm a little scarred from massacring one of your characters last time.
A lip.
Yeah.
That's all right. I'm just about to return the favor.
You know what? That is totally fair. That is totally fair. So, give me a dex save.
Who, Kasey?
Yeah, please.
Mhm.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna take your dice away, all of you.
Looked like he had that
I'm-
talk with his patron after all.
Yeah. Pat's like, oh, yeah, I wasn't paying attention. Here you go.
Yeah, you got one of them
Yeah.
chaos patrons, don't you?
All right, so you see him work a incantation with his hands and just push out a bolt of lightning at you. You just see Casey's eyes kind of go wide for a second, and then his reflexes take over, and he just bounds sideways in a graceful flip, launches off the wall, does a little tap dance, and slides into home, safe. The lightning bolt just blasts through the doorway, off into nowhere, crashing into the building across the way, and then launching up into the sky. Harmlessly. So yeah. Was hoping to hit you. Did not. Bryn, you're up.
Yeah. And what I'm gonna do is I grab this spell specifically for it. It's come in handy in other situations,
Uh-oh.
but I grab this spell for it.
Okay. What you got?
The hand.
Oh, the grass.
And we are going, yes, we're going to grasp it. I'm going to grapple this thing and pin the fucker's arms by his side.
All right.
Nice.
So let's see. So we're gonna go for a
Strength.
grapple. Opposed.
Contested strength.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You got a good shot
The
here.
grasping hand formation.
All right. What's your score? I got to beat here.
Let me roll it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say, nice.
Mm.
18.
18. Okay. So now I'm a little torn on whether or not to use this, not to tie up too much time with it. The creature itself has advantage on all saving throws against spells and other magical effects.
Hmm.
Yeah, but this isn't a magical effect. She literally like conjured the hand like somewhere sort of off screen and then is moving it like into the Alhoun.
Well, that's my thing. I get where you're coming from, and that's why I'm torn. But at the same time, letter of the law is spells and magical effects, and it is technically a spell.
Yeah, so it is a magically conducted grapple.
So, you know what? No, I'm not going to do it because of the nature of the spell. We're just going to do a standard, unless anyone opposes.
I will not oppose any of your decisions about the gray areas of the rules. They're weird.
There we go.
Or anything, really.
So yeah, you've got him pinned.
Nice.
You've got him pinned.
Yeah.
Good job.
Now we can close and stab him to death.
Hey, I'm curious. If I had rolled the advantage, say you would have gotten
Nope.
it anyway. So
Yeah.
so yeah, you managed to grapple him. You got
Which
him
is
pinned.
good because disintegrate has somatic components.
Yeah, I know that's the one everyone was nervous about too.
Mm.
It was gonna come out at some point, so it's a good thing. All right, well, you got anything else, Brent? You're just holding that one.
She is holding that one. She's now visible, obviously. So she's just going to kind of like walk over to the wall and like make herself not visible to the Alhoun, but maintaining concentration on that hand because, like, yeah.
All right, that works.
Got her hood pulled up like she usually does since she's not shapeshifted.
Still maintaining, of course. All right, Master, you're up.
Oh no. Okay, well,
Oh yes.
here we go. The Alhoun is grappled. I am gonna hope that my character sheet is set up correctly for this. Oh no. I just did something.
What did you do?
Graph sheet. This one. Does this have anything in it at all? Anything? No. Okay. I gotta do the D&D Beyond one. Hang on.
It's all right. What do you think about doing?
Well, I want to use Hunter's Mark to try to do something, but I don't know if it's gonna work. I need to get the thing to come up.
Well, you have a lot of advantages on this thing right now because he's
Extra D6 when you hit,
kind of grappled.
and then I could use my swords.
Well, it depends. What's the casting time?
Casting time for Hunter's Mark is bonus action.
Bonus action. Okay. Yeah, in that case,
Note, I have one of your swords.
this is true as well.
I need to get that back from you at some point.
I'm attuned to it. I'm very attached now.
I'm still gonna have to get it back from you at some point.
Yes, you will.
All right.
Come on, where is it? I had to full screen it to see the thing? Okay. Okay. For some reason that's not showing up.
What's
Hunter's
not?
Mark isn't showing up at all.
Hunter's Mark. What are you trying to figure out with it?
I was just trying to get it to cast into chat, but for some reason it's not working.
Okay, that's all right. I have it here. There you go.
Right, okay. Should be 6 now. My ability, my action. I probably handed Jimmy the stalwart wall, right?
Yes, I do have the stalwart wall.
Okay, so I'm gonna use the beloved Firefly to run in there and just jab the thing.
All right. Go ahead. Roll to hit with advantage.
wielding it. What do you mean?
What's the matter?
Sounds like tech shenanigans.
Yeah.
Okay, inventory.
Yeah. Are you on your
Yeah.
D&D Beyond character sheet?
I am.
Go under actions. It should be listed there.
Actions attack. The beloved firefly. I can see its range. I can see its hit DC. Can I do this?
Click the symbol on the left side of the word of the name.
23? Did you see that?
Oh, I saw that.
Did it come through for you guys? I didn't.
I see it came up on my D&D Beyond.
Oh, you must not have linked.
Yeah, I see it now too.
All right. No, I'll trust you. 23 will hit. I can't see it. I don't have your D&D Beyond pulled up right now, but I'll trust you if you guys see it.
Yeah,
sorry.
it's there.
Yeah, I trust you. It's all good. Roll damage for me.
D6 plus 5 damage plus a D6 for fire damage.
All right. And then your extra D6 again.
That's 6 plus 5, which is 11, right? And I'm gonna roll the other, the fire damage D6 on the regular sheet. I don't know why I went to the D&D Beyond for that.
That's fine. I was also your hunter's mark. I think is another D6, isn't it?
It's the wrong character name,
That's fine. Doesn't matter.
and then we'll do Hunter's Mark for this one.
So an additional 7. What's total?
18.
18.
18. Solid. All right. Anything else?
Master, real quick, Master Mist, do you have the Beyond 20 extension?
Probably not. I'll write that down.
That's all right.
Yeah, Beyond 20 is how you get D&D Beyond to show up in Roll 20.
Very handy, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I had it set up where I could roll dice through like spell casting, but for some reason the weapons don't work that way.
That's all right. We'll help you get it set
No, it
up.
doesn't.
We'll help you
Yeah.
get it set up.
Here, I'll send you the link to Beyond 20.
You got anything else though, Master? For now?
That's it.
That's it? Okay. That brings us to Draken.
Alrighty, I am gonna move to get within 60 feet of him if possible, or at least just see him.
Okay.
And then I am gonna cast Mind Spike. He needs to make a DC 17 Wisdom save.
All right. 17, you said?
17.
All right. Bump, bump, bump. And he has advantage on this one, so go 1, 2. Look at that. My dice are just not being friendly tonight. All right. You got it.
And I am going to burn spell points to re-roll the 1 and the 2 2s. So 16, so 19 plus, so 37.
Well, that's not nice.
And now I know where he is, no matter, as long as he's on this plane.
Yep, you got him pigged. Which I regret my word choice now.
And I'm going to just stay there. Make sure I stay within 60 feet of him and watch.
All right, that works. And that brings us to Nil. What you got, Nil? What are they doing?
Oh, I have a lot, as you well know. It's grappled. Let's see. Which one of the 50 million things that I can do would be the best thing? You know, a sleep spell would be great right now. don't know if that's gonna be good in a closed room.
I don't know if his sleep spell will necessarily work, and I mean he's grappled, so just yeah.
Hang on, he's grappled. It's fine.
I mean he'd wake up like as soon as we attacked him anyway, so just
As soon as the
Wail
grapple
on him.
damaged him, he would wake if nobody else hit him. Plus, he is undead. Technically.
The one guy. Why would I do that when it's an AOE?
Could always
That
hit,
doesn't
your
make
team members with stuff too if you want.
I actually hate doing that.
I don't mind. It's okay. I will never fault you for destroying your team members.
The thing is, I don't know where anybody is.
We could do like a high five over it and be like, got him! Ha!
Jimmy, Kasey, and Master are all clustered around the door. Jimmy is taking cover against one of the walls on the outside. Everybody else has moved in closer, but probably isn't literally standing by the door. As they have better range than we do.
Is there anyone within a 20-foot radius? Yes, there is.
Yes.
I think you're within a 20-foot radius, right, Master?
Master's right in front of...
That's why I answered my own question.
Yes. What you got?
I don't want to do that. Okay. What else do I have? Like a little thing, like something smaller, please. Don't make me do this. Looking at my own spell sheet, like, why have you disappointed me?
That's the one good thing about being able to change your spells at each level is figuring out what didn't work and changing it to something that you find more useful.
Mood.
I had a watery sphere. Never used that.
We're gonna
Come
do
now,
something
why would
really,
Draken use water?
Fair.
really stupid here? We're gonna
Madness.
try something really dumb.
Do it. Do it. I love dumb stuff. Let's do it.
Yeah, here we go.
Alright. Oh.
Here we go. Here we go. It's the dumbest of the dumb. Let's full send it. It's so stupid.
Alright, what's the DC, please?
Save. Well, DC is. I've done this before. Hang
Is
on.
an Alhoon immune to being charmed?
Spell save DC. It
It's
is
undead.
17.
Yeah.
Is this technically a charm?
It says at the end of the block, a creature is immune to this ability if it is immune to
Yeah.
being charmed.
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
That is a DC of 0.
Yeah, so yeah, he
Yeah.
would immediately resist that. However, would your character know that? So
I've done this before and it failed.
was it
But
the
I didn't
same
know
ability?
Why. I wasn't told why, so I don't know.
I'll let you decide. And be very nice. I will let you decide. If your character learned their lesson last time or not.
I don't know if it was a lesson to be learned. I was told not to.
But like I said, it's up to you. If you want to try it again, and it will fail, but if you want to try it again because it's an in-character thing, I'll let it. If you want to change your mind, I'll let you. It's your call.
I want to change my mind because this is kind of stupid. People are counting on me to do something with a
Alright.
point, you know.
Well, go ahead. What do you want to do then?
Uh,
I do need you to decide soon, though. That 6 seconds is ticking.
okay. I got this. I can do this. We are gonna do the
Hungry lightning.
one creature. Takes a D8.
All right.
That's real quick.
Any save? Yeah.
Yes.
All right. What is the save?
It doesn't specify.
Usually with lightning, it's going to be Dex, and if it's Dex,
Yes.
he's already disadvantaged. But he does have advantage versus spell, so we'll just call it a standard, even out. So what's the DC?
17.
17. All right. So here we go. Once again, the dice hate me. How many psi points did you spend?
I'm gonna say 5.
5. So 5d8.
Yes.
Roll damage, please.
Okay. Yes, dice roller. 20.
20. All right.
I think that's my turn, unless this thing is a bonus action. And it is not, so that's my turn.
All right. Jimmy, you're up.
At last, I can get a clean shot on this thing.
You've been itching
it's
to.
beautiful. Swords out, rolling around the wall and moving in.
All right, charging in.
All right, let me give you a standard attack roll to begin.
Okay.
Got +8 to that. Smack.
That
Nice.
hits.
Yes, and I have to ask because we don't have a stat block for the stalwart wall. Is it a standard or is it a +1 weapon?
Master, you should have that, right?
I do. 1 second.
I believe it has a plus, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think it had a plus.
Yes.
So I know
It's a +9 to hit,
no, the magical plus on the weapon.
and then it's a d6 +5.
That is most likely a +1 weapon.
Yeah,
That sounds like it's +1 weapon. Okay.
that's fine.
In that case, I shall roll the same, because I think we have the same dexterity modifier.
Go for it.
Man, 8 damage on that.
All right.
And Master is in range for every rogue's favorite, the sneak attack damage.
Go ahead.
And as I'm using the standard sneak attack, I do not have to roll a separate to hit.
No.
I do love that.
My poor Alhoon, you guys are so mean. He's just misunderstood.
No, that's me.
There.
21 on
21.
the second.
21. So, Jimmy comes barreling around the corner. He's mad. It shows. He deftly just comes in, whips out the stalwart wall, drives it home as the thing is focused on the master, slams the back of his hand on the pommel, just driving it in hard as he can. The gray, mottled skinned creature turns and snarls at Jimmy, spitting and cussing in some horrible, horrible alien language, and then shudders slightly and falls limp within the grasp of the magical hand.
Yeah, once you add Draken back to the party, we do damage suddenly.
The Alhoon is still.
Alright.
Bryn's going to slip in there now.
Alright.
May I
She heard
check
the
it for being
ruckus.
actually dead?
That's gonna be difficult because he
Oh, well,
is-
yeah, good point. It'd be like checking me if I'm dead.
There's no pulse. Was there ever?
Dismemberment.
Bryn's still holding it.
These are the questions.
Dismember.
Take the head. I
Hey,
got no problem doing that.
Cut the
I just-
tentacles off.
my collection's big enough already. Jimmy pulls the stalwart wall back out.
Okay. He's just dangling there still.
That's an improvement, at least. Rest in peace, Timber.
Vengeance.
I hope death is everything you thought it would be.
That's a dustman.
Wait, do these things act
Him to threaten
like...
me and my associate, and she throws
Wait,
the hand down,
wait,
throws him
wait.
down out of the hand, and ends the spell.
Okay. So
Case like, whoa,
Go
wait,
ahead.
do these things act like a lich? Like they have a phylactery somewhere?
Jimmy, the fuck's a lich? Nah, Jimmy knows what a
no.
lich is.
Oh no.
I will say this. As Bren hurls the creature down to the floor, a loud metallic clattering sound is heard as a strange black-handled dagger falls out, scattering across the floor.
Ah. That's a pretty good cliffhanger, actually.
Would you like that cliffhang right there?
There are no grates on said floor, right?
No, the only grate was outside.
Okay. I turned to Jimmy. I'm gonna have to ask for that sword back at some point.
Yeah, I guess I'm on dagger duty now.
I can dual wield again.
Jimmy's reaching out towards it. Yeah, and then it should be the
Do it.
cliffhanger.
All right,
You can do it.
we will cliffhang right there with Jimmy reaching for the black-handled dagger. Yeah, we made some very good progress today. Ladies and Gentiles, monkeys and reptiles, boys and girls of all ages. You managed to fell the Alhoun. I don't know if it's permanent, but...
Or did we?
Really? Who does? Liches.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
I'm gonna go
I mean,
walk
out of
over to
character, I know.
I am walking over to that body and I'm going to dissolve it to non-existence using my cantrips. I have acid splash and firebolt. I will
love to
burn
help
it
you
to
with that.
ashes.
Oh,
That's fine.
I would love to help with that.
Draken came loaded for liches. Who needs paladins?
No.
Oh, yeah. The only sad
So
thing
that
is if there is a phylactery involved, none of that will matter.
Yeah, it just like regenerates the body after a little while, right?
They usually keep
Yeah.
spares nearby. Just, some bodies laying around the phylactery.
It'll buy us a little time, you know.
Hmm. Which is fine. It's all well and good. But you guys did make some progress, I think. I hope you guys
Hopefully.
feel like you've made some progress.
I think we did.
I imagine there's some out of character suspicions as to what the dagger might be.
Yes, yes, there would be. As it is a deeply cursed artifact, Jimmy is not going to allow anybody to touch it but himself, and that's going to be exciting.
Oh yes, very, very. Nothing will happen. It'll be fine. But yeah, tune in 2 weeks, and we'll pick up here. Next week we pick up the new chapter of World of Cairn, the newest chapter, as we have escaped Nether's Deep. I expect we will see a new face amongst the group next week as well. I'm kind of excited about. Yeah, that's going to be very fun, I think. Let me see, what else do we have this? Do we have Star Wars?
We have Star Wars, assuming nothing untoward happens on Friday.
And are we back with Conan on Monday as well?
You'd be the only one who knows.
Okay. Well, we'll stay tuned for that. Check our Discord. Please join our Discord if you want to come chat with us. We're friendly, I promise, for the most part. Some of us, well, one or two. But yeah, definitely. Thanks for joining us if you have. If you will, if you may, if you did, we appreciate you. Come back and see us again sometime soon, and ta-ta for now.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.